Men are getting more evil, okay? I had an evil situationship over the summer that made me down bad for a couple weeks, and I thought he was the devil. But then I had another situationship this past October. We dated for like a month, and I need to tell you how evil this man was because it's unfathomable. Okay, so we met on Hinge. First red flag, I don't know why I thought this was okay. But I've had good experiences with guys on Hinge before, and he seemed like very blunt and very like into meeting me and getting to know me, and we were texting all the time and like real deep conversations. I was like, wow, we're getting along really well. So we met up on a night out because I had just got back into town, and he ended up coming home with me, and we didn't do anything, okay? We literally stayed up till 4 a.m. and talked. The next morning, he kind of wanted to, but I was like, you shouldn't have talked to me until 4 a.m. if that's all you wanted, right? Okay. And he was like, no, like I wouldn't have stayed up till 4 a.m. if that was all I wanted. Let's go get breakfast. And I was like, okay, solid. So then this, like, he is just all green flags. He met my friends, all green flags. I met all of his friends. He took me out on real dates. He took me to a speakeasy, like planned this whole date. Bought me everything I wanted all the time, like paid for everything. Such a gentleman, like had the sidewalk rule down, the car doors, everything, okay? He was a perfect gentleman. All my friends loved him, said that they saw nothing wrong with him. His social media was no red flags, nothing, okay? Then we have one day on Halloween, okay? We're having a great time at a bar crawl, and we go home together, and it's totally fine. Like everything is completely normal. The next morning he leaves, we say goodbye, and I'm like, I'll see you again soon. He says, duh, of course, like I'll see you soon. I was like, okay, yes, like love that. No, that was the last time I ever saw him. And he was being like really distant after this, and I'm very blunt, okay? So when he was being distant, I was like, if you don't want to hang out again, like just say that, because he wasn't answering my texts very much and not really making a plan. And prior to this, we always had a plan on the books, and now we didn't. So he responded back within that 20 minutes after I said, if you don't want this, just say that. Like if you don't want to hang out, just say that. And he goes, no, like I've genuinely been busy. Like I have exams this week, it's midterms, whatever. I'm like, okay, like you responded in 20 minutes, fine. Then we just like talked like normal. It was totally fine, okay? The next morning, I woke up to myself blocked on everything, okay? And I knew exactly what it was because I have really good intuition, and the only like yellow flag I was getting from him the whole time was that he had just got out of a relationship like a month before we started dating. But we talked about it, and it seemed like he was really over it. Like, and he never brought her up unless I brought it up and was like, hey, like, are you over this? Like, are you sure you want to like get into something? And he, mind you, he was saying to me like, I'm in this for a long time. Like, I really like you. Like, all this stuff, okay? All this stuff, like, I'm really in this for the long time. Like, I really, like, get along with you. I really like you, blah, blah, blah. Very reassuring, very much seeming like we were going somewhere. And we had, like, kind of talked about exclusivity as well. And he was feeling out if I was talking to other people, and I was like, no. And he was like, yeah, I'm not either. Whatever. No. Meanwhile, all of this, I knew exactly he was talking to X again because I just have intuition. I knew it. So y'all can't fool me. So I DM'd the X, okay? I DM'd the X, and I'm like, by the way, like, your man's been dating me for a month, and I don't know if you guys are, like, talking or getting back together, but we've been dating for a whole month, okay? And she responds back, and she's like, oh my God, like, I would have never known this. He has been pursuing me and trying to get me back for, like, a week now, like, a full week. Towards the end of mine and his relationship, he was like pursuing the ex back, and she was like, I never would have responded like if I had known. She was an angel. I loved her, by the way. She was so nice. Definitely a girl's girl. Like, we had a great chat about it. And anyways, like, we like spilled all the tea, whatever. She was like, he's crazy. Like, I wouldn't believe a word he says. Like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, you don't need to be apologizing on his behalf. Like, he's insane, okay? Anyways, I'm like over it. I'm like, whatever. Like, that was insane. I don't know how that happened to me. Like, we had no red flags, like nothing, and just like blocking me and saying nothing is like crazy. And the fact that your ex is apologizing on your behalf is beyond me. But it gets even better because like me and her left on like good terms, and we were like, yeah, if anything comes up, like we can text each other, like keep me updated, whatever. And she does. So 2 weeks later, after we had that discussion, she DMs me a screenshot of another girl who's from Boston, like I am. And this girl was saying, I think we're like sleeping with the same guy to the ex. And it's a screenshot of the DM. And so not only was he dating me, he was also trying to get his ex back, who lives down south. So he was like long distance trying to get her back and like sending her gifts and stuff and trying to get her back while dating me up in Boston. So in case it went bad with her, he had a Boston girlfriend, you know, like on the side. And then on the side of me and her, he had just a side piece that he was just hooking up with. So he had the three girls that he was playing at the same time, and no one knew. And thank God we all were girls and like talked about it. But that's insane. Like, I've never heard of that before in my entire life. Like, you're actually dating 3 girls. Or 2 and hooking up with 1. What the hell? Y'all are greedy. This is the greed they talk about in the Bible. And yeah, I have no words for where the direction of dating is going.